Hi, I'm Nate, and I'm going to be your student physical therapist today.
Nice to meet you, Nate. I'm Clark Griswold.
Nice to meet you, Clark. Could you tell me your date of birth, please?
4/11/76.
All right. Did you get a chance to sign the consent form?
Oh yeah, I signed it at the desk when I walked in.
All right. So really, the purpose of today is we're just going to go through an interview, and I'm going to get an idea of what's bringing you here today, and just going to try to get some groundwork information so that we can move forward with treatment plans. So does that sound all right?
Sounds great.
And are you comfortable with how we're situated right now?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
All right. So get things started. I did notice that you got referred to me by Dr. Knight. So you want to tell me a little bit about your visit with him?
Yeah, I went to Dr. Knight probably a month ago or so, and I went to him after I played in a tennis tournament. It was the first tournament of the season,
Okay.
and I had 4 or 5 matches that day, and just throughout the day, I just kind of started feeling some pain in like the outside of my elbow, and it just slowly got worse throughout the day. And at first, I thought it just might be just like some soreness or some tiredness, but it didn't go away, and it just I tried to just kind of put it in the back of my mind, and just as I went to practice, I'm a tennis coach.
Mm-hmm.
So as I went to practice, it just kind of slowly started to get worse over like the next couple weeks.
Okay.
So then I went in to see Dr. Knight, and we talked a little bit about just kind of what happened, and then we went and took an X-ray.
Okay.
And the X-ray was negative. He said there wasn't any fracture or anything like that.
Okay.
So I took that as good news.
Okay.
But and then after that, he referred me to you.
Okay. So no fracture. Did he say anything about arthritis with that X-ray?
No, he didn't.
Okay. So really, he just kind of ruled out some conditions. He didn't tell you anything definite.
No, he didn't. He didn't really give me a diagnosis or anything like that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That information is all very helpful. So going back to that pain, happened during one of your matches. How would you say that pain came on? Like a gradual or sudden?
It was just as I was playing throughout the day. Like I said, it was the first match. It was the first tournament of the year.
Yeah.
And I played a lot more matches than I usually would. And it just started getting progressively more sore throughout the day.
Okay.
And then it didn't go away like a normal muscle soreness type pain would.
Okay. And you have had muscle soreness in the past?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm a tennis coach. I've played tennis for a bunch of years, so I've been sore before, but this is nothing like that.
Okay, so this is very much different to you than anything you've ever experienced.
Definitely.
Okay. On a scale of 0 to 10, Clark, with 0 being no pain at all, 10 being like I need to go to the emergency room for pain, when that pain first came, like what rating would you give to it?
I'd probably say in that first tournament it was probably like a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Okay.
But like I said, it's definitely gotten worse since then.
Okay. What would you say it is sitting right here today?
Just sitting right here doing nothing, it's probably just a 1 out of 10. It's not too bad unless I go to use it or just kind of aggravate it.
Okay. So that 3 out of 10 initially, was that with you playing?
Yeah, that was while I was playing.
Okay. What would you say it is when you're playing now, like you're playing right
when
now?
I go out and try and play now, it jumps all the way to a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty painful. I mean, I can still play through it, but it's not comfortable at all.
Okay. And is that the main reason that you're in to see me today? Is because
definitely the pain.
Okay. So I just want to kind of try to characterize this pain a little bit so that I know what I'm dealing with. Would you say that this pain is continuous or just off and on? Some of the time it's there.
I mean, I'd probably say it's. I mean, I wouldn't say it wakes me up at night, but pretty much any time I'm awake, it's kind of a dull ache.
Okay.
It's right around that 1 or 2 for most of the time I'm awake, and then when I'm doing just whenever I'm typing or trying to play tennis or things like that, it just kind of exacerbates it.
Okay. And could you point to your pain again real quick for me?
Yeah, it's right here in my elbow.
Okay. Does it always stay there? Does it ever move around?
No, it's been pretty consistent right there, and it kind of hurts when I touch it a little bit.
Okay, so a little tender to the touch.
Yeah.
So, have you noticed any swelling or inflammation in that area?
No, I haven't noticed it's been swollen at all.
Heard any clicking or popping at any point?
No.
What about a numbness in the area?
No, I haven't had any problem with that.
Has it affected your movement at all, would you say?
I just say because of the pain, I just haven't really, I've been trying not to use it as much.
Okay.
I noticed I started opening doors with my left hand just so I don't have to use my right hand.
Okay.
Just things like that.
Okay. And so I know that using it like for tennis makes it worse. Does anything else make it worse?
I'd say tennis is probably the worst thing, but it also gets pretty bad. I'm in a birdhouse building club.
Okay.
And so we do a lot of like construction type things, sawing wood and nailing things together and stuff like that. And it definitely hurts when I'm doing those activities.
Okay.
And I'm also it's not as bad, but I'm a teacher, so I do a lot of typing and writing.
Okay.
And definitely not as bad as the tennis or like the construction stuff, but it definitely gets worse when I do that since I have to do it like an hour or two a day. It definitely gets worse as I have to do those for a long period of time.
Okay. And Clark, have you been doing anything for your pain to alleviate it, like make it better?
After practice, I'll usually go home and take some Advil and put like a hot towel on it or something like that, just to try and kind of take the edge off of it.
Okay. How many Advil do you like?
I usually just take 2 normal strength.
Two normal strength.
I think that's the normal dose.
And do you think that Advil and heat has been helping you?
Oh yeah, it definitely feels better after I do that. It takes it down from that 6 to probably 3 or 4.
Okay.
Usually by the time I go to bed, it's back down to that near baseline kind of achy level.
Okay. Last thing I really want to ask you is, have you noticed any change in your pain, like from the morning to night at all?
It doesn't bother me too much at night. Like it hasn't kept me awake or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when I wake up in the morning, it's definitely a little stiff.
Okay.
It usually kind of works itself out after being awake for an hour or so. But
okay. So stiff in the morning, but gets like loosens up throughout the day.
it gets looser as I move around a little bit.
Okay, Clark. I'm just going to do a quick run through of what you told me so far about your pain. Just let me know if any of this is incorrect or if you have anything that you'd like to add. Okay.
I can do that.
So I have down that a couple months ago, playing in a tennis tournament, first one of the year, played quite a few matches that day and started to feel some soreness that is abnormal and not like any other type of soreness that you've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Pain started out as like a 1 out of 10, or pretty mild. Has progressed since that time. It's up to a 6 out of 10 when you play tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Advil and heat do make it better after playing tennis somewhat, and you are experiencing some stiffness in the morning. Is there anything else that you would add to that, Clark?
No, I mean that sums it up pretty well.
All right. So you said a couple things within that kind of noticed. Your employment status, like you said that you're a teacher and a tennis coach.
Yep.
You said that typing has been affecting you. How often do you type?
I might have said this earlier, but usually spend an hour or two like typing and grading papers and doing just that kind of type of work.
Okay.
That just kind of involves little motions in my wrist and things like that.
Okay. And aside from that, do you have any hobbies that have been aggravating the injury?
I spend most of my time between tennis and the birdhouse building club, so I would say those are the main things that aggravate it.
Okay. Do you have any medical history that might be feeding into your injury at all? Like any past surgeries?
Back in 2002, I broke my leg and I had to get a rod put in. That was my right leg. I went to physical therapy for a couple weeks after that.
Okay.
But that seemed to resolve itself pretty normally.
Okay. So no real upper body injuries.
No, I haven't had any problems with the elbow before.
Okay. What about talk about like some family history now? Any family history of heart conditions within your?
My brother had a heart attack at 51.
Okay.
Dr. Knight diagnosed me with hypertension a couple of years ago, and we've just been trying to fix my diet and exercise to kind of manage that.
Okay. So you're not on any medications for that hypertension at this
No,
time?
I'm not really a big medication guy. I try to just stick for the Advil.
Okay. So does that mean you're not on any medications at all besides Advil?
No, it's just pretty much just the Advil.
Okay. You said you have hypertension. Anyone else in your family suffer from hypertension?
No, it's just me.
Okay. What about cancer with you or your family?
I've never had cancer, but my mother had breast cancer. She's a breast cancer survivor.
Okay.
I think that was 5 years ago now, but she's doing great, so that's good.
Yeah, that is great to hear. Any arthritis with you or the family?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Any diabetes?
No.
At all? Any other medical conditions that you can think of aside from the hypertension that you have?
Personal medical?
Yeah, personal.
I have an allergy to cold.
Allergy to cold. Okay.
So that's why I've been using the heat instead of the cold.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of break out into like a rash type of deal whenever I put ice on, so I try to avoid that.
Okay. We will definitely keep that in mind with your treatment. Clark, tell me about your home life. Like, what's your living environment like?
Well, I live in just a one-story ranch house with my family. It's just me, my wife, and my daughter.
Okay.
I'd say that's pretty much it.
Okay. I think you alluded to earlier that doorknobs been giving you some trouble. Is that at your home as well?
Yeah, I just kind of noticed it just kind of hurts when I go to twist doorknob.
Twist. Okay.
So I've just been using my left hand over my right just to not aggravate it,
Okay. Let's see. So you are using you're favoring your left hand right now, and is your right hand your dominant hand?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else around the house that's been giving you trouble aside from the doorknobs?
Not particularly. My wife and stuff does the cooking and things like that, so I don't really have to monkey with that too much.
Okay. And then, how would you describe your health aside from the pain that you have in your?
I mean, besides the hypertension, I'd say I'm a relatively healthy individual. Like I said, I try to work out, and I'm the tennis coach, so I'd say I'm a pretty active individual.
Okay. Do you smoke?
I do not.
Okay. And do you drink?
I'd say I have 4 or 5 drinks a week.
Okay. Well, Clark, basically what I'm seeing here, your employment status is being affected right now. Don't have any surgical history that might be feeding into it, doesn't appear. So really, the last thing that I have for you is, what is your goal? What do you expect from me with this physical therapy?
I would just like to be pain-free, be able to return to playing tennis. The state tournament for the kids' state tournament's in 4 weeks, so I'd like to, be back and ready by then, so I can really be back to helping coach them.
Okay.
And also just so I can be pain-free when I'm building my birdhouses and things like that.
Okay. And as far as the status with tennis, do you want to be back to playing full go, or just in a condition where you can
I'd like to be able to be playing again. I like playing with the kids and just really being able to help them out.
Okay. And you said that state tournament's in 4 weeks?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We will definitely consider that within your goals. Well, Clark, the next thing that we really have is to do some testing of your muscles, muscle strength, range of motion, try to get at what might be causing that pain, really. And that's going to lead us into our further assessment. So, do you have any questions for me?
Not that I can think of.
All right. Well, we'll get that underway. It was a pleasure interviewing you.
All right. It's nice to meet you too, Nate.
Yeah.